Heidi ho, Cinema Cycle fans. I think it's January 22nd. I think it's 2016, but I'm pretty darn sure it's a Friday. Uh, it's DVD day. Random Media Generator has given me, yes, can you say trashy horror film? Sisters of Death, part of a box set of horror cult classics. I don't know who defines these as a cult or a classic, but that's what this is. I have not seen this movie before. I'm not really large into the horror genre. I understand it. I understand why people like it. There's good and bad, obviously. I've seen a lot of the old Hammer films and a lot of the old British films that were horror, that were kind of classic horror. The current horror genre doesn't really float my boat much at all. But this, I think, is from the 60s or 70s. I'm expecting to see some really schmaltzy acting and a lot of titillation and a lot of just bizarre stuff. Great way to end the week. Okay, so half hour into the film, we have 5 girls in an isolated chateau with a barbed wire fence around it, all getting ready to put on bikinis so they can go swimming. What are the chances? Although, so far, entertaining film to watch. It's straight out of the 1970s as far as the dress and the cars, the acting and the hairstyles go. It's pretty low-budget filmmaking, but it's competent filmmaking, so it's not too bad. Formulaic in places. That said, this is actually an interesting concept where people just love this stuff. The whole Friday the 13th, Halloween kind of thing, where women get picked off one by one, and usually the virgin survives. I understand the people's allure to it and people's fascination by it. But boy, it seems to get awfully boring after a while. But you do get to see some TNA. So what you have here is basically the horror murder mystery, not the supernatural horror like Dracula or Frankenstein. And it's that whole Clue concept where you got a bunch of people in a house and you're trying to figure out who did what while various people get knocked off and killed. That said, this is an entertaining film. It's competently done for the time, which is the 1970s. By 1920 standards, this would be considered an epic. By today's standards, it's kind of like, it's kind of like grindhouse trash. But entertaining to watch. I could pick it apart for a lot of little things. I mean, there's some continuity issues. There's some logic issues. It's like, okay, that wouldn't work, or you wouldn't do that. But you can overlook those because it's it's a horror movie. You can't expect this. But the one thing that just constantly floors me in movies like this is that you have a group of people and you're being murdered one by one, but yet you always find reasons to split up. Or you go into the barn and I'll go up in the attic. Like, why do that? Stay together as a group. It's common pack mentality. Okay, Sisters of Death is over. Exceptional final gruesome scene with a Gatling gun, believe it or not. And actually a surprise ending. If you stay to the last 10 seconds, it's like, oh my god! Anyway, good movie to start the weekend, okay? Light, fluffy, kind of funny, little titillating, that's about it. What else could you want out of a movie?